Okay, this seems apropos in honor of Chinese New Year. I just wanted to give a shout out and talk a little bit about my boy Liang Wenfeng. He is the CEO of DeepSeek, and I'm sure you know who DeepSeek is. But what you may not know is that he's actually a quant. So he got his start in traditional financial markets. That's where I came from. I'm sure there are plenty of people here on TikTok who are doing crypto stuff who have the same background. But he was behind Huanfeng Quantitative, which was an AI powered hedge fund that crushed Wall Street. That crushed might be a little bit strong, but he was able to write a pretty amazing black box algorithm that, you know, allowed him and the firm to predict market trends, to do really well, to make great returns. But he wasn't satisfied with just being a quant. So at 30 years old, he launched a hedge fund that now manages $8 billion in AUM. That's just assets under management. That's a lot of money. And he made a fortune, but he still had a bigger dream, and that was outside of finance. And he wanted to build a human level AI. Despite pitching it to friends, investors, and so on, they just kind of said, thanks, but no thanks. But in 2021, he bought 10,000 NVIDIA H800 chips, which that forms the background or the backbone of AI systems. And so he was able to bring on some employees, high-level quants, who were able to squeeze maximum power out of GPUs. Maybe not necessarily quants, I should say computer scientists and so on. And in 2023, DeepSeek was born. So it didn't just come out in 2025. This is the lore. Obviously, he assembled a team, and when you're assembling a team for this kind of project, who better than the best PhDs at the top universities in China? If you know anything about the intensity of university in China, then you know, like, this is like the real deal. Anyway, so he paid salaries. He wanted to rival ByteDance, so you don't want to lose people when you're acquiring human resources like this to build an amazing project. And yet the restrictions on US exports, or in their case, imports, threatened to slow them down, made it very difficult to do what they wanted to do. So instead of quitting, what they did is got creative, and they started developing new models. They trained AI models like their version 3 and R1 LLMs. And what we ended up with is something that rivals and maybe even beats at times OpenAI and Anthropic at 1/20th of the cost. He then proceeded to open source it, which is kind of like giving the recipe for the model. Now, not everything is released there, but enough that you get the recipe, you can see it, you can tinker with it, you can try to understand, but we don't know everything about the training data. We don't know how much hardware actually went into it. We don't know the actual costs and so forth. Nevertheless, like years of effort, and boom, they reached #1 in the App Store. I think the name DeepSeek probably is a play on words for one of his favorite hobbies, which is exploring deep sea caves, which is like the last thing I would ever want to do. But, you know, I'm happy to watch videos of people doing it, but that's not my thing. All that said, I find it pretty interesting that DeepSeek is basically the brainchild of somebody who started out on Wall Street as a quant, did seriously well. And I wonder what the implications are if you don't think that this is going to be applied and AI is going to apply to crypto and crypto trading. You are like in a dream. I mean, it's coming for you if it hasn't already gotten here. So what do you think about this? Is this a good thing or a bad thing for the AI field, for trading, for the future of cryptocurrency?